Hello and welcome back to another video with Rusty. If you caught the last video, part 1, so this is going to be part 2, following directly on from that video. So if you have left comments on that video, I won't be able to take on any advice you may have given, because this is literally recorded straight after. So I'm going to try and get this part of the tutorial and stuff out of the way as fast as I can, so we can get on to some more of the juicy parts, some more of the agent missions really, but we have to go through this to get there. So yeah, this is part 2. We've just got into our new ship yet again after our first one was destroyed from a nasty attack from some unknown people. So yeah, we're going to our Corvette. This is what we are given whenever you lose a ship. Straight off the bat, you just come to your station, you just board my Corvette over here, and you're given one of these. It costs nothing. You can install them if you want to, but we'll go through that a bit later on in the agent mission part. So we are being asked to check our inventory icon. So let's go click that.
Now, let's take a look at the module Miss Calatrix has given us.
Right. So we want to go to the item hanger, but before I do that, I'm just going to actually make this a bit bigger because I'm blind. So we go item hanger.
A mining laser upgrade. A curious choice, Miss Calatrix. How will a mining module help our investigation?
I don't know. Shall we find out? Most items you receive in-game will go into your item hanger. Anything in your ship's cargo bay, you'll have to stick into your item hanger if you want to sell anything. So basically, item hanger is where you can sell stuff, store stuff, and we'll go through a bit more storage again later on after we've got a bit of money to buy some containers and stuff, but we'll go through that later. Right now we're just going to look about this mining laser. So this is one of the modules we've been given.
One of our agents in the field has intercepted a strange signal at one of our mining sites, but we're having trouble locating its source. We want you to investigate the signal, but if we're being watched, and I suspect we are, we don't want anyone to know we're onto them. You'll look just like another member of the mining fleet.
Duly noted, Miss Calatrix. Captain, you can fit the module to your ship by accessing the fitting window from the Neocom.
So we'll go over here to fitting. Again, it's highlighted and
Let's
flashing.
fit your
You
new
can't miss it.
module in a free slot.
Literally left click, drag, over and drop.
Now, bring the module online.
Now you don't normally have to do this when you drop a module in, but they want you to click it.
It appears you do not currently possess the skill necessary to use this module. Hardly surprising. You still have much to learn.
Shocking.
Please direct your attention to the icon on the display that I have highlighted for you.
So this is actually really good.
You can add the missing skill to your training queue here.
Okay, give me a minute. So this is really useful. So when you're fitting out ships like this, in this overview, any skills you're missing will be highlighted in this orange icon that's here. Now, obviously, the more ships, the bigger ships you fit out, the more things you put on them. Any missing skills, they list out here. So, and as it's showing here, you can actually buy the missing skills and add them to your training queue, which we're about to do now.
Now, access the skill window from the Neocom. Skills are essential for all capsuleers in New Eden, as they serve as the primary measurement of one's growth. A more highly skilled pilot will be most formidable indeed. Training a new skill takes time, as the neural pathways of your brain are rewired. The complexity of this rewiring can be measured through skill points. You have enough unallocated skill points to train the required skill. Do so now.
Right, this is actually a very good moment. So this is your training queue. Rule number 1 really of EveOnline is never have an empty training queue. You want to always make sure you have something training in here at all times. Even when you're logged out of the game and you're doing whatever it is you're doing, working, whatever it may be, your training will still carry on. So if this says 1 hour, this will train to 1 hour and 7 minutes, even if you're logged off. So always make sure you have something training in your queue. Even if you don't really need it, just make sure you've got it, because it's stuff that you can probably need later on down the line. Now, as an alpha player, which is what this account is right now, this is an alpha account. which means it's an alpha character. There is a maximum cap to your skill, to the number of skill points you can actually have and train in. I think that's set to 5 million skill points. And basically what happens is once you hit 5 million skill points, you can't train any more skills. So if you're planning to play this game alpha only, you're going to have to try and make sure that you spend your skill points wisely and correctly. So check out some build videos if you want to find out what kind of ships you want to get into. We will go over this as the channel moves forward and as we progress, we will go through this kind of stuff and what skills are required to get into ships and all that kind of stuff. But there are hundreds of videos out there. Aceface is a great YouTuber to go look at fits. He usually lists all the fits he uses in his description as a copy and paste, which we'll show you how to do that. But he's great for fitting if you want to go check out his fits, if you want to kind of skip ahead a little bit. So this is asking us to inject some unallocated skill points. Now, this is great. You get 1,000. It'll give you 1,000, so it'll train this, which is absolutely wonderful. You will earn skill points as you progress through the game, though you'll get them as presents or rewards for doing stuff or rewards for achieving some milestones. But the best way to have a great start in EveOnline is if you use someone's referral link. What that is, it'll be a link. I have one. It's in the description below. So if you want to grab it, you can. When you click the link, it'll basically take you to the EveOnline webpage. It will look like you need to create a new account. You don't need to create a new account. There is an option that says, I already have an account. If you click that, it'll ask you to log in. And then what it will do, it will give you 1 million skill points for free. No strings attached. And it'll add it to that account. Now, you can only do this once per account, so if you want to use it with me, that'd be much appreciated. As more and more people use the code, I would get a little kickback, but the same goes for you. You get a nice 1 million skill points, and you can skip a lot of training if you so wanted. So, if you want to use mine, that'd be much appreciated. If not, if you've got another person you want to use, then obviously, go ahead and use theirs. But if you've not already used the link, I recommend you do so because it's a good way to get started. So anyway, enough of that. We're going to crack on and we're going to inject these skill points.
All you have to do is confirm that the training required for your new module is completed.
I should point out that you can train skills while doing other things. It's a good strategy to always have something training. I guarantee other capsuleers will be doing just that. We wouldn't want you to fall behind your peers, would we?
See, look, copying me. This is exactly what I just said. Make sure you got something training in your training queue.
To that end, I've sent the air skill plan to your AI. Normally, you would have received it as part of your Capsuleer training program starter package, but your training was violently disrupted, to say the least.
To say the least, indeed. Right, we're going to select
Ms.
air.
Calatrix's advice is sound. You should always have a skill in training. Let's start with this new one. And may it be the first of many.
I think there's an echo in the room. Right. So we're going to click Start Training.
The more skills you acquire, the stronger you'll be. As you continue to grow as a capsuleer, you can adjust your skill acquisition to achieve your desired goals.
Cool. Again, there's an echo in the room. As you can see, doing that, it's added these two skills to our training queue, and it'll take a total of just shy of an hour and a half to train both of these. So we're going to continue.
Now, close the windows crowding your screen. It would be rather comical if you failed to see Let us online your mining laser upgrade. Now that you have the necessary skill to use it.
So going back to the fitting window.
Turn the module online.
You're going to turn it online.
Well done, Captain.
Just click it.
You can now close the fitting window.
Well, thank you kindly.
Looks like you're ready to roll, Captain. Our agent will rendezvous with you at the mining site. Keep your eyes open and watch your six. This is New Eden, after all.
Miss Calatrix is right. Time is of the essence. I suspect something nefarious might be occurring at the air mining site. Undock from the station so we can begin our journey there.
I dare say something is afoot, dear Watson. Right, anyway, to leave the station, just click undock. You can cancel your undock, but we don't need to do that. So we're just going to go out into space. And look at that for a close-up of a beautiful little ship.
Captain, I have run several scenarios that could explain the mystery signal Air discovered at the mining site. According to my calculations, the probability that the situation is unrelated to the attack on the cloning facility is exceptionally small. 1 in 37 million to be exact. Let us make haste
jolly good.
and walk to the site immediately.
Right, let's just get out of here for a second. And I'm going to talk about a couple more things briefly. So I'm going to stop my ship. So you can do that two ways. You can use Control Spacebar, and it'll bring your ship to a stop, or you can press the minus key, the minus sign, and that will stop your ship. So the first thing you might be wondering is, why is my mouse scroll reversed? Because by default it's set backwards. So if you press escape, you've got invert zoom direction. Make sure you have this ticked. Now is a good time as well just to go through and change any of the settings you may need. So you got your graphics chat, you got your shortcuts if you want to change any of them, which it will be worth doing at some point. Now I hate camera bobbing and I hate camera shake. But I'm going to leave them turned on for now, because I'm not sure if I turn that off whether the game will need a restart. But if you don't like them, turn them off. Fortunately, I left mine on. I'll leave mine on for now, but I'll get them turned off in the next, well, for the next video. But yeah, so you can do some of that stuff here, and the other settings are there for you to set as you need.
Let us make haste and walk to the site immediately.
Right. So when you're doing missions, you'll actually get a warp to location. So if you just click this,
Warp drive active.
it will warp you to the mission site that you need to go to. So it does make navigating a little easier, but there are other ways to navigate.
The scale of Air's mining operation is rather impressive for such a young corporation. They must be remarkably well funded. It is little wonder that Miss Calatrix would suspect espionage. Further speculation will have to wait. We're being hailed by that orca.
So this
You
is
must be the fresh meat Vesper told me to expect. Elias Peltonen's a name, mining's a game. But you're not just here to mine, are you?
This is a little intro into mining. A little bit. We're going to do a bit. We're going to cover a lot more on mining with the mission agents. I say a lot more. It's a bit more detailed, but this is to give you a little bit of taste of what it looks like.
We're here to assist in any way we can with locating the source of the unusual signal you've intercepted.
Unusual's one way of putting it. Pain in my ass is another. The signal's bouncing around these asteroids like a Fetto hopped up on a bad booster. Can't get a lock on its source with all these rocks in the way.
Cool.
Miss Calatrix has outfitted us with a mining laser upgrade that should clear several of those rocks away.
Good old Vesper, always 10 steps ahead. Now, let's put that bad boy to use.
Okie dokie. Right, so we're going to switch over to the mining
Best
view.
way to blend in is by getting your hands dirty with the crew. Some miners fly solo, but a project this big isn't exactly a one-man show. Sometimes the only way to get shit done is with a fleet. Bet this is the first time you mined with a crew. No offense or anything, you've just got that shiny new pod smell on you. Follow my lead and you'll be mining like a pro in no time.
These guys
Let's
are
start
so
with that
chatty.
asteroid over there.
Right, so again, we need to lock onto this. We use Control left click,
If your competence matches your confidence, we are in good hands indeed, Mr.
and
Pelton.
then we'll use approach.
Captain,
So we're going to fly up to this thing. You'll stick on your micro warp drive.
Please, call me Elias.
Or your burn
Mr.
afterburner.
Peltonen makes me feel like an old man. My old man, specifically. Miserable son of a bitch. Just about spat in my face when I left his crusty old Caldari corp to make my own way.
Sincerest apologies, Elias. Our first name basis shall commence immediately.
Good. I like to keep things informal here. It keeps morale up. This crew's full of people like me, following the siren song of sweet, sweet independence. Doesn't hurt that the money's good, too.
Oh, I say.
Captain, we're now within range of the asteroid. We should stop here. Now is the time to activate your minor module, Captain. The length of the module's activity, most commonly known as a mining cycle, will impact the amount of ore you collect. For now, I recommend allowing the module to run in full cycles to obtain the highest yield possible.
Right, so to stop the ship there, I use control space to stop it. Now we have the asteroid locked up, and then we'll engage the mining laser by pressing this key here, or F2. And then basically what will happen, actually let's do it now. Okay, so F2 still won't work, so you have to click it. So there goes our miner. So you can see...
There's something spectacular about a fresh asteroid, isn't there? Play your cards right and that giant hunk of rock becomes a giant pile of riches.
Just shut up.
You can view your very own pile of rocks, as Elias puts it, in your cargo hold. It's actually ore, not rocks. But I assume Elias is resorting to basic linguistic wordplay. A very human tendency.
Really? Shocking. Didn't know that. Thank you. Can I talk now? Cool. As I was saying, the green bar going around the mining laser icon is actually the cycle. So basically, for a full cycle to complete, it needs to do a full loop. And then it'll basically, every time you do that, you'll get a number of ore. Now, it's asking us to go in the inventory.
It might not look like much, but that's not...
Asteroid is depleted.
Harvesting resources is one of the best ways to earn money in New Eden. And if you're gonna make it as a capsuleer, the one thing you gotta know is that money is king. Hell, with enough ISK, you'll be able to buy yourself a sweet ride like that venture over there.
Love it.
That's one down. And now, on to the next.
So, before we mined and depleted that asteroid, they were going to say that this is the ore, it goes into the hold. This is the maximum amount that you can store of anything, so not just ore in this case, but any items. The ventures themselves actually have an ore bay, which we can go through that a bit later. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking now, and I'm going to speed through this, because basically what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to mine this asteroid, and then this bottom one here we're going to have to do as well, which I don't want to put you through watching me and all this friggin' jibber jabber. Just follow what they say. If you get stuck, just follow what they're saying, yeah, I'm just going to speed through this, so I will catch you when I'm done. Right, okay, so we've mined those asteroids, now we're going to have to go look at the ship, so we're going to go to our general
The
tab.
fact that the wreck is isolated leads me to believe that the Dramiel was sent to this location to serve as a scout ship.
Well, we're not going to get any solid answers all the way over here. Let's move in.
Right, so if you want to approach something, you can actually hold down... it's not going to let us do it now, so we're just going to have to keep using these little UI navigation, but then we'll show you another way of doing it. If you're wondering what that message was, it's because I have an active... my other character on this account has an active skill, training skill, or training plan I should say, So it's not letting me train these skills. Now, I don't know if that's because I have these are two alpha accounts, alpha characters. But by the look of this, you have to
in the
buy
vicinity of the Dramiel's
a
cargo hold.
multi-pilot training program thing, which is news to me. I didn't know that, so that was interesting. But that's what that was. If it's your first time playing, you won't have that problem. We need to open the cargo.
I do love the feeling of striking gold. Go and grab whatever it is.
And then we're going to loot that.
It appears to be a black box, a device designed to survive the destruction of the vessel carrying it. Such boxes can be used to record vital flight data, but also to store valuable items.
That's nice and all, but can you open it?
No.
Negative, Elias. Captain, the box is protected by multiple layers of encryption. While it's theoretically possible to hack into such a container, you will need significantly more training in that skill before attempting such a feat.
Don't think it's safe to crack it open here anyway. Where there's smoke, there's fire. One scout ship might mean they got friends lurking nearby. If we could trace that signal, so could someone else. Better get the box and whatever's in it back to Vesper. She'll know what to do.
Okie dokie. Right.
Elias is correct, Captain. The box may contain the answers we need to discover why those unidentified ships attacked the cloning facility, and why one was spying on this mining site.
Okay, so we're just going to align out to our station.
I don't want you out there alone. I'll send some of my best pilots back with you. Safety in numbers and all that.
Cool, thank you.
Wisely stated, Elias. Well-armed company will be most welcome.
Wow, being
I
flanked.
do what I can. If someone went to the trouble of protecting whatever's in that box, it must be something valuable. I bet whoever sent that scout ship will be real salty that we got our hands on it. Stay sharp, Captain.
Let's dock at the station. I'm certain Vesper is more than eager to see what we've found.
So make sure you have the station selected and then dock.
Welcome back, Captain. Elias tells me you've brought a gift.
Yeah, kind of.
Indeed we have, Miss Calatrix. And this gift comes wrapped in several layers of complex encryption.
I'll pass that box along to our expert hackers. If they can't crack it open, no one can. Thank you for finding it. Air is once again in your debt.
No problem.
Elias also informs me that you're carrying a fair amount of ore. We can take that off your hands in exchange for some ISK. Mind if I take a look?
Not at all. Go to our
Captain,
inventory.
open your ship's cargo hold, so Miss Calatrix can see what you've mined.
So go to our
In
ship
order to sell
cargo.
the ore, you must first transfer it from the cargo hold to your item hangar.
So yeah, so this was said earlier. Basically, anything in your ship that you want to sell, you need to move. Just left click, drag it into the item hangar.
Now, let's switch over to the item hangar. Select the ore to see what you can do with it.
So basically, right click on it, and then sell this item.
In this instance, we want to sell it to Miss Calatrix.
Now this is a very basic setting. This is pretty much immediate sales. So we're going to sell 114 at 250 ISK per one. So that gives us the grand total of 28,500. You pay sales tax and normally broker's fees as well, and that gives you our grand total here. We'll go into more detail on how to do this in later videos, but for now, yeah, just sell your ore.
Nearly done.
Yes, you want to sell it.
That's a nice haul you've got there. I've transferred the ISK to your wallet. I think you'll find I've been more than generous.
Now we get to look at our wonderful wallet.
In your wallet, you can view the total balance of ISK in your possession.
So yeah, so you got your total ISK here, Plex, which is the premium currency which you can buy from the EveOnline store, or you can actually buy from the marketplace here, but it's very, very expensive. So normally you either earn the ISK to buy this in game, or you buy the Plex yourself from the store. As you can see here, we're on the transactions tab. You can see everything that comes in and everything that goes out, and it tells you kind of roughly what it was for. So agent mission rewards, tax, so we've got transaction tax on that sale, and then basically anything in red is going out, anything green is coming in. Green is good.
Your recent market transactions will show you how much ISK you acquired by selling the ore. The highlighted entry shows how much money you received from air in exchange for the ore.
So this is actually really good. Another good side of the actual, like I said, market transactions. You can actually see who bought it. So later on when you're selling your own stuff, if you're finding that one particular person is buying all of your ore, gas, modules, or whatever it is you're selling, you can actually try and contact the person and maybe come to a private deal where you're their sole supplier or one of them. But yeah, a bit more of a breakdown on what was sold and what was bought.
The wallet offers a wealth of information. It provides whenever an item is sold in New Eden, a tax is applied to that sale.
Yep.
The market entry displays your most recent transaction tax.
You'd think playing a game you'd get away from tax, but there you go.
Once you've finished gazing at your newfound riches, close your wallet and inventory. It's time we turned our attention to a...
Captain, I trust you'll keep quiet about the wrecked scout ship. So long as whoever was spying on us hasn't realized we found it, air will have the upper hand.
Maybe. How much is it worth?
As good as they are, it'll take some time for my team to hack through the encryptions on the box. You might as well use this time to explore what New Eden has to offer. Have you checked out the agency yet? It's the best way to find things to do.
Right. I'm going to leave that for the next video. So yeah, this video we've gone through a bit more of piloting through space. We've learned how to use the mining lasers, how to stop our ship, and a little bit more of basic flight and a little taste of mining. So in the next video we're going to go through the agency tab and how that works. I think we also will actually make the trip out to the mission agents, which will be a bit more entertaining than what this tutorial is. Now, if you're just going through the tutorial, you can get through this within about maybe like 45 minutes if you're taking your time, or if you're whizzing through it, you can do it within probably less than half an hour. But we're going to take our time. We're going to go through bit by bit. You're going to hear me talking and giving little bits of advice through the next video, a couple of videos as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you liked it, please leave a comment. And again, if you didn't like it, leave a comment as well, because I can read all of them. If you could drop a like on the video, that'd be great as well. And if you could obviously subscribe, that would be even better, as all of this will help the channel grow. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying this. I'm pretty sure there's other videos out here that cover the same thing. I'm going to try and make it a bit different once we get out of this real starting area, but until then we're kind of locked into clicking away and following what they want us to follow. So but until the next time, I hope you come and catch us in the part 3, but until then, you all stay safe, fly safe, and I will catch you in the next one.